Ready? Okay. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our last District Advisory Committee meeting of the school year. My name is Khushwinder Gill, the Assistant Superintendent for the school district. So let's start with introductions. If you could start, Ms. Krona, if you could just say your name and your title and your role.
Trustee. Brian Chum, I'm a Cuesta parent and the vice principal of the high school.
Matt Balzerini, board trustee.
Alvina Kaiser, chief business official for Limestone.
And
Jen Lanza, administrative assistant to Dr. Gill.
Noelle Balzerini, executive assistant.
thank you, everyone. So today our goal is to review the budget for the LCAP and also review the final document, final draft, before it goes to the board for first reading on June 7th. And by the end of the meeting, our goal will be, if there are any questions, to answer questions and clarify any questions, and then as a committee to give a green signal for the document to go to the board on June 7th. So I'm going to request Ms. Kaiser to come and review the yellow and green sheet with the changes along with the budget updates.
Thank you, and I'm glad everyone was able to come this evening. I know that Dr. Gill has shared this document that you see up on your screen. I wasn't going to review every single line item, but I did want to point out that some of the changes that you see on the far right-hand column are the changes that were impacted in the LCAP document compared to the prior year. Let's see. I'll start with the page 4, the green section, talking about the general ed, special ed coordinators and providing instructional coaching to teachers. A lot of these are increased services, and we are implementing additional professional development for the staff. Another line item I'd see here is page 33, talking about the annual update and that we would like to provide additional parent workshops for math, internet, and traffic and safety to be added for an amount of $10,000. The LCAP document is a very long document, and you have a copy in front of you to share. You've had an opportunity to see the differences between the prior LCAP and the LCAP that it is now, and I wanted to thank Carol Saul for helping me go through the LCAP document and review the estimated actuals, anticipate what our budgeted amounts were going to be for next year, and we continue to work on those, so there will be some minor adjustments to the totals that you see in this document, but there should not be many. Can I pull up page 17. One of the new changes in this document is there in the third, you'll see an explain material differences between budgeted expenditures and estimated actual expenditures. Our district reviewed this entire LCAP document with our County Office of Education staff, and there were obviously some recommendations that they made to include to show you where the material differences were. A lot of these we noticed to be during the summer months when the materials that we ordered for the next school year were received in June, which in essence was affected in the prior fiscal year. So those were some of the material differences that we saw where the items were received prior to June 30th. And so it affected the LCAP document, especially when it came to the ELA materials. A lot of those, not all, but a lot of those came in the month of June, and we had placed them in the LCAP as a future expense. So we just had to pay for them in the year they were received. Another example would be on page 33. And it pertains to goal 4. And again, you see the material differences that we listed there. And we did review it with the county, and we noted there, and I see there's a typo, although the district did not identify any material differences in this goal, The expenditure changes resulted from shifting program needs. So throughout the document, for each goal, you will see one of these sections in there. So I don't know if you want to take the time to glance and look for those. I know there's another one on page 24 for goal 2. That's fine, 24. And then in that, for goal 4, we did not have any material differences. Kush, did you want to point out your yellow sections now? Okay.
So the yellow sections that Ms. Kaiser mentioned, these are basically just saying a summary that what are the changes in overall from in the annual update from the previous year. The things that we said we are going to do, that we didn't do them, or we did them, or how did they go? So for example, for this goal, the difference from the previous year, which was 15-16 school year to 16-17 school year, was that we updated our math units. And we added Engage New York in there. That was not the original plan. Original plan was to continue with the RCD units. So we made that change. And then also, we also provided our goal shifted this year to add more anti-bullying training for staff and students. This will also continue for next school year. So it's these kind of changes, any updates that are there, that's what it pertains to. This is really not any different from the previous year documents. It's just the layout, the way it's laid out this year is different because we used to have this information in previous year LCAP as well. Any other questions regarding the document?
It's funny, we have traffic safety on there now.
We do. No questions? So are we okay with moving it forward to the board for first reading on June 7th? Yes? Did I hear yes from everybody? Yes? Thank you. And then the next steps are going to be that on June 7th, it will go to the governing board for first reading. Then we will have a special board meeting on June 19th for public hearing for LCAP budget and LCAP document by itself. And then the board approval will be on June 21st. So the public hearing meeting is at 6 o'clock, June 19th in the boardroom. It will also be announced and publicized as well. And before we end the meeting, I want to take a moment to thank everybody who has helped to share this document and go through the processes. All the site administrators, because throughout the steps since we started working on it since January, they have taken the time to share it with different stakeholders at the site level and get their feedback. Our PLC group actually spent quite a bit of time on it during a couple of different meetings and really read through the document and gave feedback. And then we also have been sharing this document not only with the DAC committee, but also through our EduLink, sending it out to the community. We sent it in March and we sent it again in May. So that even if community members have not been able to attend meetings or did not go to the website, we wanted to provide it to them via email as well. So any other questions? Oh, thank you very much. That's it. Believe it or not.